Hello and welcome to Off the Crossbar Transfer News with myself, Regan Walsh, and my co-presenter, Bradley Morris. How are you on this Friday afternoon, Brad?
Even Don Fabrizio can't save this dying transfer window.
Yeah, I mean, we're now 2 weeks into the transfer window and nothing is happening. I mean, I kind of expected that with this COVID-19 pandemic still going on. I was expecting this window to be a quiet one, but not as quiet as it has been. I mean, there really has been no big news since we did our show earlier on this week. The latest...
I'd like to contradict you on that because there is some great news.
What?
It's the signing of the window. It's Danny Drinkwater goes to Kasimsa on loan.
I mean, I don't even know where Kasimsa is in Turkey, or if it's an actual place in Turkey. So I can't tell you that much. But so obviously the big story of this transfer window has been surrounding Mesut Ozil. Speaking on the matter yesterday, Mikel Arteta says there are some conversations with Edu and the club, but nothing concrete at the moment. Fenerbahce are pushing to complete the deal, but the agreement to terminate his contract with Arsenal has not been reached. It would be £7 million to cancel Ozil's contract. Talks are still going on, as we said, and Fenerbahce's board have told Mesut Ozil they're ready to wait until the end of the transfer window to try and sign him. But obviously, the sooner the better they can get it done. So it does seem like he is set to head over to Turkey. It's just a matter of when, not if. Not really much else to talk about this deal. I feel like we've talked about it till the cows come home.
Anything to get it in the thumbnail for a third time in a row.
Definitely so. Other bits of transfer news, we spoke a tiny bit earlier on this week about Fikayo Tomori potentially leaving Chelsea. So talks are progressing between AC Milan and Chelsea. AC Milan are trying to sign him on loan. Chelsea would want the option to loan with the option to buy, with the buy option being 30 million euros. Talks are progressing. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't eventually go to Milan, as the director Massara wanted to sign Tomori whilst he was working with AS Roma. So it's one of them where in the next few days definitely want to keep an eye out on that deal, which, like we said the other day, he's struggling to get game time over here at Chelsea, so maybe a move across to Italy will help his career out.
Yep, definitely the perfect move for him, and a massive opportunity for him to make something of himself and forge a career in a different country.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's still got the good potential. like you said the other day, it's strange because Chelsea are crying out for help at the back, so you'd think he would be able to get a game time at least under Frank Lampard, but he's not getting anything at the minute, which is really strange. Another bit of transfer news. So we did speak the other day about AC Milan trying to sign Mohamed Simakan, the Strasbourg player. However, they seem to have pulled out of the deal due to him being injured. And now RB Leipzig has agreed personal terms with Simakan, but the two clubs are still yet to agree a final fee for Simakan. That is according to Max Bielefeld of Sky Germany. Very highly rated player, Simakan. A few clubs across Europe have been interested in him, so it is definitely a good buy for RB Leipzig should they get it over the finish line with in the next week or two, I'd expect. Highly rated. Do you know much about him?
I don't really know anything about him, but he's a centre-back, right?
Yeah, he's a young 20-year-old centre-back.
Is he the kind of player that Liverpool should be looking at?
Yeah, I would say he could help fill that void that they need as well. And you would think a defender would, like we said though, I think we've said a defender is something they need, but it doesn't seem like they are wanting to go out and buy one, which is really strange. Where Simakan would help fill in that void.
And the thing with Liverpool is, as we've now come to realise, they look for a certain type of player that will fit their system.
Yeah, 100%. Regarding that move, though, for Simakan, obviously, if he joins now, or if it's a deal that's agreed in principle and he joins in the summer, that will allow Dayo Upamecano to leave in the summer. They're happy, as we said before, for Upamecano to leave in the summer because he has a 42 million euros, I think it is, release clause. They've always said, since he signed his deal, that should a bid come in that matches that release clause, then they're happy to let him go. And same with Marcel Sabitzer as well. Any bid coming in for him this summer, they'll happily allow him to go rather than leave in this January transfer window. A bit of news came out between our two shows, and that was concerning Jesse Lingard of Manchester United and OGC Nice in France are said to be interested in the English midfielder on loan for the remainder of the season. What would your thoughts be on that deal?
For him, it could be perfect because it's not really certain whether there's a long list of English clubs that would want him. So going abroad may be the best option for him.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think there isn't many, like you said, teams that would want to get him in over here, and going abroad is definitely something I think could help rejuvenate his career. Obviously, he struggled for game time this season at Manchester United, and there seemed to be pretty much certainty that he would leave, whether it be this January transfer window or in the summer. But then there was the story that he had signed a contract extension. I don't know whether Manchester United, I don't think they ever did officially confirm that he had signed that extension to his contract. So it'd be interesting to see. I think it'll be maybe a loan and then they buy him in the summer if all goes well and he does eventually move over. Next up, we have some stuff, potentially a incoming at West Ham. Boulaye Dia of Stade Rennes is said to be wanted by the Hammers. They are trying to sign Dia as a replacement for Sebastian, who they let go the other day.
Already proving them wrong.
Yes, I said on our show the other day that he would end up being good for them. And
I mean, it's one game, so we can't overestimate it just yet.
Yeah, but
Don't say Farmers League.
It's definitely helping him out. Speaking on Boulaye Dia, he's a 24-year-old striker from Senegal. He's been at Reims since 2018 and scored 22 goals in 59 games. So it could be a deal that West Ham do need to try and look at. They'd also been linked with, I did see a rumour yesterday about Patson Daka, who I mentioned a few days ago. However, I don't think they'll move for Daka, and I don't think that would be sensible for his career. But
when I said that the other day, it was more than a just fan rumour rather than actual concrete evidence. It was just to put the idea out there, but that's not going to happen.
No. Dia would cost West Ham approximately £15 million. So it'll be interesting to see if David Moyes decides to push ahead and get on with a deal to get in a replacement sooner rather than later for Sebastian Haller. Next up, it is to do with Gareth Bale. According to today's gossip on the BBC, they are saying that Bale will not be extending his stay at Spurs or returning to the club permanently after failing to impress Jose Mourinho, and that he will return to Real Madrid in the off-season. I mean, we've talked about, I know this bit isn't transfer news, but we've talked about Werner and Havertz being a failure this season at Chelsea. We've got to also admit, Gareth Bale has also been a massive failure as well.
I would argue they're different players, but similar expectations in what is obviously expected of them. Like Bale was set to come in, give the fans the nostalgia, if you will. But yeah, I think he's almost finished.
Yeah, I mean, I was having conversations with other people, and I was saying because his contract comes up, I think, at the end of next season or at the end of the following season, just before the World Cup. And I was like, I think if Wales qualify for that, he'll retire after that World Cup. If they don't, I think he will retire before the World Cup in Qatar comes around, because I just don't think he's got the.
You say retire? We're talking the whole thing, not just internationally.
Yeah, retire the whole thing. I just don't see any.
I still think there's an Inter Miami shirt with his name on it.
You think Phil Neville, well, not Phil Neville just yet, but he's set to be appointed. David Beckham would go out of the way and.
Yes, he would. Of course, he would. What are the golf courses like in Miami?
Pretty good. If he likes getting rid of alligators off the course. Yeah, but for me, I just don't see him staying around much longer, and I don't see a club, especially in Europe, willing to pay his wages much longer. That's why I think he'll be gone. Update on Eric Garcia of Manchester City. The young Spanish international is set to join Barcelona on a 5-year deal. It's unsure whether it will be this month or as a free agent in the summer. Barcelona are trying to press on with the deal and trying to get it in this month, though it might be a bit hard because they don't know what's happening with the presidency race, and it was announced not too long ago that whilst they have nominated it down to 3 potential candidates, they have suspended the presidential candidacy race for the time being. So it might be a summer move for Garcia rather than this January window. Speaking on the matter in his press conference today, Pep Guardiola says, I hope not, but maybe Barcelona knows better than me. I don't know what's going to happen, but maybe it's going to happen. So he does seem pretty certain that Garcia will...
So that's a yes, Pep.
Yes. It's certain that Garcia will leave Manchester City. Speaking on players possibly leaving, PSG are reportedly very keen on signing Dele Alli on loan. Mauricio Pochettino wants to bring him to Paris after working with him at Tottenham Hotspurs. No surprise there that Ali's been linked, and Tottenham don't want him to go out on loan, but apparently Dele Alli is pushing for the move himself to leave the club. You've got to say, it's crazy to think why Tottenham aren't allowing him to leave the club.
Yeah. Now, if you're not going to play him, then you're just letting a talented player clearly rot on the bench.
Yeah. But it's like what I said on our podcast, which came out earlier on today. Jose Mourinho seems to always do that with like one player in the team. Like he just isolates them from playing and doesn't get selected, and that seems to be the case here with Dele Alli. I mean, we heard in the Spurs documentary that he isn't a good trainer, but surely you can't be doing that bad that he doesn't deserve selection.
Yeah. Because the thing with Ali as well, it was the Daily Telegraph that was saying that Daniel Levy is refusing to sanction any sale.
Which is crazy. I mean, he's 23, 24, is he?
I think he's 25, actually.
Okay, well, he's not even in the prime of his, well, as they say, the prime of his career. 24. They always say the prime of the player's career is between 26 and 28. I don't know why, but so he's not even there, and he's played 4 league games for Spurs this season. He's still got another 3 years on his contract. So if he's not playing, I don't understand the point of them paying his wages, which aren't going to be low. He'll be one of the top earners at Tottenham. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he's 24 as well. Yeah. I mean, just searched it, but he's not a young player anymore. So all those times people get saying, "Oh, Jesse Lingard, he's still got years of him." He isn't.
He's 28.
He's close to the prime of his career now. If he wants to make it himself something, maybe the move away is necessary.
He's older than Bruno Fernandes. And people are still acting like he's the same age as Marcus Rashford just because he does all them dancing and all that with him. Final bit of transfer news the other day. Eintracht Frankfurt confirmed that Luka Jovic has rejoined the club on loan for the remainder of the season from Real Madrid after failing to make an impact in Zinedine Zidane's side. I think it's a smart move for him. During his first stint there, he played 75 games, scoring 36 goals and getting 9 assists. So they'll be hoping that he can do the same there. And Atletico Madrid confirmed the loan signing of Moussa Dembele from Lyon until the end of the season with the option to buy for 35 million euros. And Lyon confirmed the signing of Islam Slimani from Leicester until 2022-23. And Bayer Leverkusen confirmed the permanent signing of Timothy Fosu-Mensah from Manchester United for 2 million euros. So I believe that's all the transfer news, unless we've missed anything. I don't think we have. Hopefully by the time we come back next week, we'll have a bit more news on anything. Otherwise it's going to be long and quiet end to the transfer window, unfortunately. Right, if you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Check out our other videos that we have over on our channels, and make sure you listen to our Premier League preview where we look ahead to this Sunday's big match between Manchester United and Liverpool and all other things. Until next week, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from my co-presenter Brad.
That's it.
And we'll see you soon.